Welcome back. Many of us made it out to the Adams River Salmon Run this year. It was one of the biggest, of course, in recent history, a dominant run. Two people that I know that are sitting next to me really took this in and were out there painting it. In fact, Karla Pearce, great to have you back on the show.
I'm so happy to be here.
Well, good. We're glad to have you. And Dr. Nancy Von Wagner, you were also out there. You're a geology professor, but when you're not busy being scientific, you like to get involved in the arts.
I think they both go together.
Good for you. They do in this case. So thanks for being here, you guys. We're going to talk a little bit about what they did out there with their artwork, but also to promote the fact that Karla Pearce has her own show on our station on the weekends, 3 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday, Creating with Karla Pearce. And this has been made into a show. Your trip out to the shoe swap.
Yeah. So Nancy and I, well, we had lots of fun, and Igor Kostin too, who's the director. And I think we started off walking really close to the highway, and then we walked all the way through the park, and Nancy and Igor were like, no, not here, not here.
We had to find the perfect spot.
We had to find the perfect spot. My legs were hurting so much that day, but you'll see we did find the perfect spot. It was just amazing.
Awesome. We have a clip from this segment that will be airing this weekend. Let's take a look.
When I'm painting the salmon, I'm not seeing a salmon that's alive today, although these salmon have this fantastic 4-year life cycle, and we're seeing the end of it. So what I have in my mind is the beginning of it. What I see is the relationship of the geology and these isolated basins during the Pleistocene that allowed all the different species of salmon to evolve the way they did, to lead us to this kind of wonder of nature that we see now.
Very much about the art, but very much about just the journey of being there, the experience of taking in the sights and the sounds.
Absolutely, yeah. The whole show is actually about creativity. It's not so much about art. In fact, I'm doing a shoot right after this one, and we're going to a farm and doing chickens and goats and just like really fun stuff. But it's about the process. And I think a lot of people don't realize the amount that goes into creating artwork, and we certainly did put a lot into it that
I got to
day.
tell you, seeing that show brought back a lot of good memories. It was a good time.
It really was. It was almost magical. The fish were just swimming around, and sometimes they just come right up and literally pose, you know.
Well, because we had kind of a jetty coming out into the river, and there were two kind of separate pools of salmon, one on each side. So Karla had her fish and I had my fish.
That's true. Yeah, it was fun. And then we had some other guys come in, and they were divers, and they just came in right into the chute.
They were diving.
And
they were diving. Yeah.
Kind of
Are you allowed to do that?
Oh, we had permission. We have to get permission to film there, so we had permission from the parks. And same, they did too, but they
diving in with the spawning salmon.
Yes, they did. Yes,
fascinating.
Karla, we actually have some a shot of it because they were just right in with us, and we found the best spot there.
That's awesome. And you took your two-dimensional, beautiful piece of artwork that you were painting in that segment, and there's now, as we're sitting here, we're going to get a close-up. Thank you, Marcel, of this.
Yeah, so I did the piece that I was talking about in the end, where people have a big responsibility for protecting all of our wildlife, including this salmon. So I kind of did this where I was using, I don't know if you can see my hand here, but I'm using sort of a human mountain as kind of hovering and mothering and caring for the salmon that are swimming around the outside of the picture.
That's nice. And did you take this inspiration from the painting that you did?
I did.
That's
yeah.
Really great.
It was actually not just the painting, but the whole day, being there and talking about the salmon and meeting other people who were kind of interested in what we were doing. So yeah, it was really quite an incredible experience to be there.
That's awesome. So this will be airing this weekend.
Yeah.
And people can tune in.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Nice. And you're going to be continuing on each weekend. Is there one every weekend?
Yes, there is. So 3 o'clock every weekend on CFJC TV.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to go out and see some of the local areas, and you are incorporating your artwork into it. Will you be going along on future shoots, do you think?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see. might have to find some good geological areas to look at.
They're very plentiful around here, that's for
That's
sure.
very true. You have a huge backyard for what you do.
Absolutely, absolutely,
neat.
and no shortage of stories.
That's right. What a pleasure to have you both on. It's great to have you back on the show. And Nancy, great to have you here.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, you're very welcome. Just a reminder again, if you'd like to see that segment in its totality this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 3 o'clock, Creating with Karla Pearce. Information's on the screen if you'd like to get a hold of Karla. She's working on a new website that's going to be up shortly.
I uploaded it this morning.
It's uploaded.
It's on there.
There you go. So check it out.